Welcome everyone with another Titty Talk. We are a bit delayed, I'm sorry for that, but we were taping our TittyMag Sweet 16 podcast with Asma in the back. We're doing this talk in English, and that's because of our the people who are watching on Instagram, but our native tongue is partly Dutch, so if it's kind of like weird sometimes because of my pronunciation, then I'm sorry. But for now, we're here with three amazing guests, three journalists as well, Asma, Suzan, and Milou. And we're gonna talk about New Age feminism. Yeah. Well, to just get it started, a New Age feminism, what's that according to you? Yeah.
I had to look it up, to be very honest. I was like, is this about like spiritual people? Is
this a festival in Goa?
Exactly. What is this? So, and I was like, I don't know if it's really something, but I just look at it as modern nowadays feminism that's also online. And for me, what feminism is that, you know, that we're being connected to our own feminine energy to fight the patriarchy, because I think in the end, I mean, I've been through quite a mental health struggle the past years, and it was because I was trying to adapt to a certain type of woman, you know, strong, vulnerable, and from the outside looking good and successful, but from the inside, I wasn't really me. And what it is for me is that I've been connected to my own feminine energy, and that's really what saved me. And that I'm like, I don't need to play it according to the rules that society has put on me, but I can create my own rules. So I think that's New Age feminism for me.
What do you think, Milou?
I would just call it feminism, not New Age feminism, just feminism now, or feminism. And for me, it's that you believe in equal rights and opportunities for everyone. That's feminism for me.
It's a mutated version, I think, as well. I think when you say you want to go against rules of society, that type of society is the one that's being broken down at the moment as we speak. And I think feminism is such a much more broader than only, I think, standing up for women, because it's also standing up for women who found their female identity later because nature hasn't given it to them at birth, or non-binary people, or people, marginalized groups. Yes. That is feminism now. It represents so many more subgroups and groups than it did like 20 or 30 years ago. For me, the reason why you could call it New Age feminism is because even in feminism there is exclusivity. There used to be a lot of exclusivity, and there isn't anymore. At least we are fighting to get it to that point where feminism just represents a lot more than just what, and I don't want to be rude, but what a white female thinks of how feminism should be.
It's not rude.
But
say it. Yeah,
I think sometimes it's very difficult, because now in this space there are so many amazing women around me who fight like, you know, as a migrant daughter in being Moroccan in Holland, I have so much more support from white Dutch women as we used to have before, and it's very flattering and amazing and really cool. But people should know that it was very difficult being a feminist 10 years ago, even for me as a Moroccan woman, because I felt that in Holland only the white female was catered to when it came to feminism. So,
what do you think?
I recognize myself in that. I think that is maybe also a reason for a long time why I didn't call myself a feminist.
Yeah.
And was more like, but if I also have to be in a certain way that they want me to be, then who am I actually in this? And I think that now it's much more inclusive. And I can also apply feminism in my own way and in my own struggles or battles or whatever, you know. And I think that feminism nowadays is so much more inclusive. And
so much more. Yeah. And also I think being a feminist, even only 10 years ago, I would be sometimes shocked how white women would fight the patriarchy and then turn around and mimic that kind of behavior to colored and black women.
I think that's also part of patriarchy, that we just,
collide with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think the new generation, even looking at you, and I'm like, oh, that's so much more different. And I love that, but it's very different, because I said to a friend today, like, I inherit the generational struggle of Moroccan women. I would love also for the young white female Dutch feminists to inherit or even confront the generation before them, to speak to them about the way they portrayed feminism.
So with our mothers.
Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah, with the last
generation. Yeah.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Mama, you were wrong.
But also my father.
Because I have to do it as well.
Yeah.
People tell me like, yo, so why did your mother marry that young? Or why are Moroccan women so traditional in the last generation? Why would they marry so young? So when I have to explain how for some Moroccan women it was very difficult to be a feminist, or to be more open, or more progressive, or modern, or whatever, I think that it has to work both ways. We both have to confront our generational trauma and our generational inheritance.
Because your mother is also a journalist, a writer. What does she say when you confront her with something like that?
Ooh, to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah. she didn't call herself a feminist till 3 years ago. So I first called myself a feminist, and then I confronted her, Mom, why aren't you calling yourself a feminist? And now she calls herself a feminist, and we have a lot of conversation about it, about
and discussions as well.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, she's from a different generation, and I feel that, and it's
Can we say that we're okay? I think I already know your answer, but can we say that we're already there in like collaboration and a way of like looking at feminism, but also acting?
In spirit, honey. We're there in spirit. No, we're not there. No. We have sorry to cuss, we have a fucking long way to go. Because even when it comes to talks and to magazines, and even when they're doing panel talks, it's still kind of, this is a black panel feminist talk, or for colored women, and then young white feminists are being pushed to the front. And let me first off say this: I would never interfere in anybody's or judge anybody's career or whatever, because if you do well, that's amazing. But there's still, there's still the situation where a lot of white young Dutch, I'm just talking about Holland for now, that panel talks are being organized, or people are being portrayed in magazines where they're sometimes, if it's between like 5 feminists, there would only be 1 colored or black, and sometimes it feels like they're doing it on purpose. Yeah, like they're just, let's just throw in one to just make it a little bit weird. But the spirit and the conversation, the fact that it's going, is already a very good thing. Is already a very there's progression.
Suzan?
I totally agree with that.
I know you do.
But what I also have is that what I find most difficult is to talk with my mom, for example, about or with my family. I come from quite a conservative family, and amongst my friends, I'm like, yeah, we can talk about it. But with my family, I'm more of an outsider, and I feel that's really hard still for me to talk about that. And my mom, for example, she says things like, "Well, you should work for 3 days. That's enough for a woman," And I'm like, "Oh, Mom, no." But she means it well,
And what are you saying then to her?
I'm asking her a question like, "Why only for women?"
Oh, yeah.
So I prefer asking questions instead of like being like, "No." Before I would totally tell her what I think.
Yeah, I'm still like that.
But what did it change? When did that change come for you? Like,
to be able to talk with my mother about this?
Yeah.
Or I think when I was also taking her seriously. Before I was like, oh, she's just, older generation, talk about it, it's my mom, and I don't, and now I'm like, no, I take her more seriously, and I'm able to listen to her instead of being judgmental. So I think that's what really changed for me. And then I can listen to her, and I also can understand, and she will listen to me more and understand it from my point of view.
Yeah, instead of just dismissing it as, oh, they don't understand because they had a different upbringing, and the whole world is in turmoil when it comes to female power or non-binaries and all the other. Everybody's in turmoil. We really need this movement. We really need this clash. And let us clash first before we get there. No problem. It's okay.
What would the first clash be?
Well, I'm gonna make sure there's no.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Give me the word. No. Well, for me, this is the first time I'm also talking about feminism with white girls.
Oh, really?
Like white Dutch girls. Yeah. Because I write about the Amazigh identity or about music and hip hop and stuff in my Insta stories, and you have a lot of Moroccan women who talk to me about feminism, and there's like this thing you share within upbringing. And I've only had recently that people started texting me or DMing me about feminism because I'm loud. That's the thing. Moroccan and a lot of Turkish women or MENA women are not listened to because they've always been taught to not be loud and just sit there and just, you can have your opinion, but you have to adapt to Dutch culture. And I think
Still shaking that off.
Yeah, still shaking that. Shook that off a long time ago, but and because I'm loud, and a lot of people might think that's obnoxious. That's on them, and a lot of people. But I'm necessary. I know that, and because of that, I speak to her now. I speak to Tatiana now. I speak to all these amazing women who come and even East Asian women. I've done a very nice event with Siu Jeng Tsao.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and and she asked me, and all these people connected on a totally different level.
Yeah.
While online, the North African community and the East Asian community was bashing each other because of what's happening in other countries when it comes to human rights, and knowing that we actually have so much more in common. And my message would be to white Dutch feminists, like, I know I need you, but you have to realize that you need me too.
Yeah.
When the realization comes, but it comes a bit slower when it comes to white Dutch girls because you're the privileged one.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait. So that's why, and I might be, have a larger than life personality. I might be loud or whatever, but when there's a connection to be made, everybody's always welcome.
And let's go with the loudness. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, sometimes it takes a lot out of me because that's also a cultural barrier and generational trauma, obviously. And in every kind of aspect in society, being a bit more controlled and controlling your energy and controlling your intensity is looked on as a virtue. Fuck that. But not a lot of people think like that.
Do you feel people judge you for it?
People literally judge, you could really be less intense.
Really?
No, I won't.
In your face?
Yeah. DMs or whatever. Or why do you always have to be so intense and heftig? And so I get that a lot. But
and what do you say? What do you say back? Or what do you?
Should I say that on camera? No, I just tell them to fuck off. Yeah. Why?
Of course. Yeah.
Of course, I know there are young Moroccan girls who, and I think when the young Turkish girls read your, and when the queer community reads your one, they're like, oh my god, there she is.
Yeah.
And so if you as a white Dutch woman are allowed to do that, well, maybe not as passionate, because there's also a difference in passion. I need to be this way because my target audience, when I do that, really needs this. I'll settle down when I feel I have to settle down.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah. I mean, that's just
Does it feel like yourself? Like being so
Oh,
loud?
yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever thought about we already had a podcast before this, so I know some of the answers.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to that after this talk. But did you ever thought about changing this behavior because of the reactions you got?
I've changed that behavior. I haven't been myself until, I've always my response or the way I would lash out because the thing is, you build that up because people would lash out and say very inappropriate things on set or towards me in like a few years ago when it was really normal to tell a Moroccan girl like, no, why aren't you wearing a headscarf? Or do you have to marry? Does your dad marry you off? Like, how the fuck would you ever ask somebody that? Yeah. But it was really normal. And then when my reaction would match their stupid question, like, oh my God, you don't have to be so intense. Well, you don't have to be that stupid. But here we are. So that's how it works. Like, everybody always wants to talk about your reaction, but they never want to talk about what triggered your reaction. And I want to change that.
Is it something that we're open for more now?
The Dutch society and community could be a little bit more open for things, or passionate women, or more passionate for things they don't know. Well, we'll have a saying in Dutch that clearly says that. Like, be open to different passionate, different intensities when it comes to female empowerment. Because, again, we won't win fighting the patriarchy if I get tone policed. Because I need you. You need me too.
What's the first step we should do?
Elect me as president.
Let's go.
Ja,
je moet
interview zo heel aan.
Nee, dat is niet Asma. Milou was telling in Dutch that we started a bit later that she has to leave for an interview in a few
Because she's so famous. Yeah.
No, but we're almost still so. But it's 4:15.
Yeah.
So exciting. No, but then for you, like one of the last questions, what would, according to you, change or create change even more?
So what was your question?
No, like destroying patriarchy or like, well,
the coming together.
Togetherness, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder.
Mm.
Actually, you already gave quite an answer, and that is just don't give a fuck about the rules right now on how to behave as a woman, how to talk, and what the rules are, or maybe you're too emotional or too this or too that, or whoever created all these social rules anyway, you know, and why are these people tone police according to a golden standard that whoever decided on, men of course. So I think that it is
enabled by white women of the last generation.
Absolutely. So I think it's very important to just go back to yourself, trust your own gut, and just speak however you like, however you feel like. I think that we as women have to connect to our own energy and to work from there. I think that's the most important thing, and that will bring us together and not judge each other, you know, and just amplify each other.
Yeah. And last question, because we can even close it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, Atika.
Nee, het geeft helemaal niet. Nee. Sometimes that's part of the life. No, what I want to know from you guys, if someone's watching right now, male, woman, whatever in between, above, or anything, how someone identifies itself, but someone's watching right now and is thinking, I want to create change, but I don't know where to start. What would you say?
I would say maybe find more like-minded people and then do it together, because sometimes friends to me are saying, I'm so angry to do it by myself, and I always say, okay, find someone who thinks the same way or a bit, and then you can do it together, and I think it feels safer. So I would say that. Sus?
I think I would say read, listen, really important, read a lot, listen, and then trust your own gut and energy, and just do it, you know? Just do it. Don't be afraid. Go for it. And even you get a ton of shit, write her a message, write me a message.
Roar until they fucking hear you.
Yeah,
that's the way it works.
I think that's...
roar until they fucking hear you. That's the way it works. Don't back down. As I said to you before, what's the worst that could go wrong in a global pandemic and an uprising against institutionalized racism? You're good. Just do whatever. Just fucking go. Yeah.
I really like your energy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I like your energy.
I think I can watch you the whole night.
Yeah. We can do that. We can do it as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, echt. Jullie zijn So, if you want to know more about these three amazing people, we'll give you the Insta. Yeah, what's the word?
Insta handler name.
We'll give it to you in video. We're gonna upload this video on our Instagram TV and also on YouTube, so you can have it all the total experience. And if you wanna let us know, just leave a comment in the comment section. And thank you very much for this Titty Talk, and hope to see you very soon.
And thank you, Kat.
Nee, thank you.
Thank you.